Okay, so you guys all know there are some infamous pastors, but there's also some pastors that people really adore and love. T.D. Jakes is one of those. Bishop T.D. Jakes, I should add, is one of those pastors where people just love him. They adore him. He's written books, TV shows, movies. He's done a lot for the Christian community. So recently, a guy came out and said that he was propositioned by T.D. Jakes years ago, and that pretty much is in alignment with what has happened with all the allegations happening with TD Jakes at the P Diddy party. So we're just gonna kind of unpack this whole situation with pastors and sin and all that good stuff. Robbie, do you think TD Jakes is somehow involved in um, this type of activity, this underground activity relating to men?
Yes. And
Wow. What?
and
Wait, okay, that was too fast, but go ahead.
I like come on, guys. Like I don't think there's ever a rumor without any truth behind it, right?
I say the same thing.
And I also think that if he's such a powerful man, uh, why would you put yourself out there to accuse something of somebody? These accusers, and there's several people who are accusing of sexual advancements and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I'm sure he's involved with sex parties and stuff. He's also a human being who has a fucking dick and is going to stick his dick in shit. And he's going to have a personal. I think he's going to have secrets because he runs a church. And
Yeah.
do I think he's a homosexual? Yes, I do. Clearly, you do.
Wait. You think he's actually a closeted
Yeah,
gay
yeah,
man?
yeah, yeah. I think my gaydar is on point and always has been, and I think that history will show, especially in black churches, that people who become in power in black churches, especially big churches like that, tend to be gay and be flamboyant and love all that kind of attention. And to me, that's like all the ingredients to a very powerful gay man who just, to me, seems very sad that he can't just be who he is and
Right.
still teach the word of God and stuff like that. And that's what creates predators, is when you're hiding something, the truth about yourself,
Hmm.
and you go behind closed doors to like get what you really want. You're going to do things and hurt people. Uh, and
But
that's
okay, but I have to push back just a little bit. I don't think that anyone who could be, presumably gay or someone who is, kind of withholding that part of them is could happen to have like predatory or, behavior. I just think, I don't think that's across the board. I think every
I'm
once in a while
thinking
you'll have
that's
someone.
across the board when it comes to religion.
Okay, okay. No, that's a different story.
And am I
Um,
wrong? And
no, that's a different story because you're trying to suppress something. You're trying to suppress anytime you're in religion and you're telling someone that this specific thing is bad. Like if you're saying gay people are bad, or if you're saying abortion is bad, I guarantee you've been in someone's closet and and your wife has had some kind of abortion because it's so close to you. That's why you are, you know, permeating that feeling about whatever that subject is. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
the homeless. I hate the homeless. I hate the homeless. And then you realize, oh my God, his mother is homeless, or his brother or his sister is homeless. And he's not helping them. So I just think people are going to have their issues, and it's for me. I ain't gonna lie to you, Rob. It's easy for me to kind of see what people's issues are by what they talk about and how they talk about them and what they say about them. Not about what they don't say. It's how does he? Because at one point he was against gay marriage. T.D. Jakes was against gay marriage.
he
He
was.
didn't like it. He didn't want the gays into his church and prominent roles. It was just a whole like bunch of mess when he was literally in the back doing whatever he was doing allegedly. You know what I mean? I just think that, and you just said you just said that he was a gay man. I don't think he's a gay man. This is what I really think. I really feel, and this is just so my opinion. I just feel like every man and woman has an option, a tendency to be curious about the opposite. About the same sex. Everyone, and you'll be lying if you say you don't, because you have to think about it. you've had to say, oh, I wonder what that is. And then, now I'm not saying you go and do it, but you've had the thought about what the idea of kissing or of touching or whatever another person. I think he's in that category. I just think that the church has kind of solidify him as this monarch of this Christianity, and for him to somehow, in any kind of way, Robbie, to be seen with, talk to, be intimate with, whatever the case may be, it will be like it will be like the crucifixion. You get what I'm saying? His career, his church, his ministry, everything will be over. Because guess what? He's preached about how bad this is to his followers for so many years, and now you're the one who is preaching. I mean, who's actually conducting what you've preached about? What?
Yeah,
What?
and this is actually the problem with Baptist and Christian Black communities is the suppression of and not talking about homosexuality.
Yeah.
It stems from Black mothers who are religious, who raise their kids to think that this is a bad path to go through. And then
Yeah.
they become pastors, and then they become bishops, and then they're in power. And then they pretend to have families and children, and they pretend to be helping their community. But deep down inside, and you can see it, you can
Hmm.
feel it. He's not who he is. He's not happy who he is.
Right.
And now that we have a lot of social media,
Hmm.
people are going to tell their story,
Yeah.
and
Easy.
I don't think those people are lying. And to me, if I was him, I would
Hmm.
get ahead of it and say, you know what? We need to start talking about this,
You're right.
because what is creating is depression, suicides, uh, infidelity. You know what I mean? Like
Be ostracized.
yeah,
Everything.
Black
Yeah.
community needs to wake the fuck up and start
Grow the fuck
talking
up.
about it. Yeah, grow the fuck up. Get into it is 2024 right now, and they're still talking about it's illegal to be gay, or being gay is illegal, or it's not good. And like, come on, like, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
yourself, and you can still teach. There's nothing. I'm not going to say there's nothing wrong with religious communities and what
Hmm.
he's doing. I'm sure he's done a lot for that community and done a lot for people.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I have, what I mean. I have no doubt in my mind. But when I see a man on stage in his head having a stroke, it's because the stress of it all is hitting him.
Hmm.
It's hitting him hard. You can tell it's going to kill him.
Hmm.
When you don't live to be yourself, it'll kill you.
And to me, what you just said was perfect. That to me, that's the true. When people say sin, 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 that what to me, that is what sin is. That's what God talk about. When you're not your true self, you gotta be who you are. Because if you can't be who you are, God can't use you in the way that He wants to use you. That's just how I see it. You know what I mean? Because you're masquerading, you're hiding, you're camouflaging who you are. You're suppressing it all. So now the world can't really see the blossoming Robbie, the blossoming TD Jakes, because guess what? I can show you this, but not this. No, you need to show all your damn cards, bruh. Is there an ace in there? Is there a
You know,
club? The
I always
hell?
say, like, this is your 100 years.
Yeah.
If you have true free will, you need to taste anything, you need to fuck anything, you need to travel, you need to read everything,
Yes.
you need
Yeah.
to see different cultures, you need to
Mhm.
stop thinking that somebody in the sky is dictating who you are and tell you who
Yes.
you are not. And
Because if the dictation was there, if God was dictating everything you could or could not do, you wouldn't have the option to do it. You have the option to do whatever it is on this plane, and that's the part of like Christianity, and just not even just Christianity, religions. Y'all don't realize, and they're all pretty much the same. There's like 4,000 of them. They're all pretty much the same. They all believe that there's something higher, whether it's a consciousness, God, or whatever. But you got to understand that you have free will and you can do whatever it is you want to do on this plane. God is not going to stop you. Because remember, God is not going to do nothing for you that you're not going to do for yourself. And that's just how it works 100%. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever. There's rapists, there's people stealing, there's people doing everything. The whole point is for you to reinvent yourself and figure out who you are as a
yeah,
spirit and grow your soul. Grow your soul. Gayness, who cares? Abortion, who cares? Where you are economically, who cares? None of that stuff. You think it matters because you can't really see past that. Once you begin to see past, you know, all the racism. I'm black. You're this. You're gay. You got more money than me. You're a musician. I'm not. I'm poor. Once you see past all of that, you begin to see the real you. You be like, damn, this is really a facade. This don't even mean this is nothing.
Yeah, I really do feel sorry for people who, and you can see people who are churchgoers. We have
Oh,
family
you
members
have
who are
this.
churchgoers, and I look at it just like you don't even know who you are. You haven't seen the world. You haven't learned anything, and you're going to be in this same spot when you're 50 and 60 and be like, "Fuck,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
did I do? Nothing, because you didn't do you."
Right, but fight up against something that was you, or fight up against what the world's saying is bad. No, figure it out. Everybody has an internal compass, a GPS in them that points them in the right direction. Listen to that. Didn't the Bible say that the heaven is within thee, like in your
Yeah,
heart? Come on.
you're your own. This is your universe. This is your reality.
Yeah.
You work it out. You know what I mean? But I just wish that people like him,
Mhm.
who are in power, and people like P Diddy, who have a lot of power and money, will just be honest with themselves. Just be honest with themselves, because you're hurting other people continuing that lie. There is nothing wrong with not being masculine, and there's nothing wrong with being with the same sex, because there's nobody to tell you it's wrong except you.
Yeah.
If your community thinks it's wrong, then change your community.
Right. Right.
There's many thousands of communities out there that can accept it.
And this is all a feeling. This is not. It's just a feeling you have. You know what I mean? No one's putting a gun to your head and say, "Hey, you got to stay with me." No, it's what you feel like. Oh, I feel like I like this particular person or this particular gender or whatever the case may be. It's a feeling you have. That's the whole point.
Yeah, it's just like eating. There's
Yeah.
things you haven't tasted and eat before, and you're avoiding it. There's people who I know who were like, "I've never had mashed potatoes before," and I'm like, "What the hell? Like mashed potatoes are the best thing. How could you not have mashed potatoes?" And
Right.
afraid of just take a bite of the mashed potatoes. You may or may not like it, but that bite's the first step of you actually doing something with your life and doing it on your own and making a choice. Not saying because my parents didn't eat mashed potatoes that I don't need to eat them either. Just fucking take a
Yeah.
bite of the goddamn mashed potatoes and see if you like it or not. If you don't like it, move on.
Yeah. And that's the point. If you don't like it, just say, "No, I don't really like mashed potato, but I tried. At least I tried it, so I got the experience."
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I've been with women, and I was like, it's not for me. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I move on, and then maybe like, when I get older, maybe I do like it again. That's the thing
Yeah.
about my life, is I can make decisions like that. I'm not like wrapped up in a community where it's going to be like I'm just going to live my life to make somebody happy at the pearly gates when I die. I don't live my life for death.
Yes.
I live my life for now.
For now. Right now. Exactly. Okay. But anyway, TD Jakes, like I said, it was a legend. Hopefully, he can work that out, whatever's working out. Even all types of pastors hope they can work that out, because it's all those things they're preaching about. Some of them seem to not be living in that way. So, we want to know what you think about TD Jakes and pastors, for that matter, and how they kind of, navigate the world with their power and, these allegations and things like that. Let us know in the comments.